and I want everybody's opinion on this as well. But there's something that's been going on. Like I saw a meme recently about 2 weeks ago or so, where it was like a meme about Tyrese and Will Smith. What the hell is going on today with my phones?
Rich, this is highly unprofessional.
Yo, I'm sorry.
I must say,
it's a very simple thing.
I turned off everything.
This is.
I turned off everything.
We here at Keep in Mind like to be better. We are working on being as professional as we can. But until we get there, you might have to deal with a little bit of this.
Right,
y'all not doing a toast for real?
Let's do a toast. All right, toast to old friends and new friends.
Yes.
To old friends and new friends.
Love it.
All right.
Love it.
All right. So, the question that I had, like I said, I saw a meme with Tyrese and Will Smith, and it was kind of clowning them for the fact that they were being open about their issues, their marital issues, or their baby mama issues. And it seems as though every time a man is open about stuff like that, they get clowned. So I was going to ask you, why do you feel like that may affect why men don't express their emotions or are open about stuff like that?
Yeah, because I think men are socialized in general not to really open up, be tough, be strong. And so when that happens, as much as women are like, oh, I want to be open and emotional with me, the moment it happens, it's like,
talk about it.
Soft, you this, you that. So
talk about it.
Lose respect for you on the low.
Talk about it.
Or
go in a girl's friend's chat and be like, oh, he tried to be all soft. He's a soft ass nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Right. Or the moment in argument you piss him off, something like that. Now you're throwing it back in his face.
Ooh.
So it's like, no, I'm not gonna fight.
So now
talk about it.
So now if because I've been accused of throwing something back in someone's face. So
yeah, I've done it too.
You know what I mean? And
I think we all have.
All right. So if everyone has, why are women not ridiculed for it like how men are?
I don't know. I ridicule people all the time for it. I think it's just
seems like
because again, I think it's just that thing about men are supposed to be this way, and you throw it back, and it's just like, all right. I think women get a pass up on a lot of things that we do, just because
like violence, physical violence is accepted.
Listen. You see where we're starting with this conversation. Send this out to your friends because you're gonna need your girlfriends to listen to this young lady. Okay, she's about to spit mad facts. I already feel it.
Women just tend to get a pass on a lot of things that are inappropriate. Because we have other women around us, whether it's our friends around us that are like, yeah, you know what, right? Like that nigga. Or by the way, when I'm in sessions, I'm so much more professional.
Of course.
Well, what if your client is more comfortable if you're like,
I do. No.
Okay.
I know who you can do that with me. You can't.
Okay. If Shaquenda come in there.
I have one that starts off my sessions. Guess what? I'm like,
let's go. Let's do this.
You gotta give them this.
Hold on. Off topic. Do you enjoy those sessions more?
I do. It's relaxed.
Right.
It's real.
Right. Yeah, you don't have to watch what you like. How you're giving that information. You're giving it real.
Yeah.
You're giving it raw.
All right, still off topic. Now, how hard is it to not build rapport with people like that you see so often, and they're telling you real stories about shit you might have experienced and shit that your friends have experienced? How hard is it? And they talk to you like a real person. How hard is it not to build rapport to the point where it's like, yo, that's my friend now?
It's just you always gotta remember boundaries. So I believe in self-disclosure. So if somebody's going through something and I've been through it or I'm going through it, I'll give them a little piece of I've experienced this personally, or I've heard of this going on. But then I always gotta remember at the end of the day, I love what I do. This is my career. This is my job. So I just be like, all right, once the session's over, shut it off.
That's dope.
So if they may text me or something like that, I'm not responding back to text messages in sessions.
Okay, that's smart.
That's smart. That's smart. You got to build those boundaries. You got to put them there, man. Because somebody will
blur fast.
Yeah, blur fast.
So
fast.
Have you?
Somebody tell you a story.
I guess off topic. Have you had any patients try to holler or
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They work hard to try to.
Yes. Especially because there was one point, I live out here. There was one point I was at a nonprofit in Hempstead. So I was seeing my clients in the grocery store or on the train, and I'm like,
New York is one of
like,
those
so when I'm
places.
done with this,
So
like,
I know
what's
you
up?
be getting in.
Nothing.
I know you be getting in my mind, but can you get in my pants?
Like, yo, when this is done, when I finish this program, like, what's up? I'm like, nothing.
Healthy.
Nothing. I don't know
You
you.
fix me now.
Night
fix you, girl.
nurse.
Like, no.
Listen.
Boundaries like that.
All right, so back to the topic. We apologize.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah,
sorry. We do this every now and
Yeah,
again.
we definitely do. I personally feel like for someone like me, I really don't really care about a lot of people's opinions. You know what I mean? So I don't really feel like someone ridiculing me will really matter to me because the only person I gotta validate myself to is myself.
True.
You get what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
So it's like when I see those men get ridiculed and everything like that, yes, it does suck or whatever. But like you said, everybody does it. Like you know what I mean? Because like when I saw the meme, I was like, yeah, men do get ridiculed, but women get ridiculed too when they look like idiots on TV or on social media. You know what I mean? Like,
but I think,
and they get it from they get it from a lot more angles sometimes too. Because the men won't like us men won't go and do that meme and ridicule each other like that, especially on an online space.
Right.
That's not what we do. But women do it to men. They do it to the women. Black women will do it to to their sister, their mother. It don't matter. So it's just like it's coming from all angles from women. I feel like when it comes to women, when it comes to like them judging or saying something like that online, where men we're like, yo, that's fucked up, but we keep it moving. Yeah. And nobody, trying to give that energy. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
I think it's kind of hard with like celebrities because I think we forget that they're humans. So like, we're
putting them on the status.
Somehow they're not supposed to have no emotions, and when they do, it's like, what the fuck? Why you gotta? But it's like, because they're not robots.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's
you rich. You're not supposed to have feelings.
Right. How dare you?
How dare you?
Aren't you supposed to inject yourself with money whenever you feel sad?
That's like the same thing they do in sports. Like because you're getting paid, it's like, yo, just shut up and play basketball.
Ball. Yeah,
like,
shoot the basket.
I play basketball for like 2 hours.
It's my job.
And then after that, it's
I'm a black man. I'm a regular black man who still gets pulled over by the cops in my brand new Beamer. No, that ass.
Speaking of which, we're gonna move on from that one. Speaking of which, did you guys see what happened with? I have two things to mention.
Ryan Coogler.
Ryan Coogler, and then I also want to talk about Chris Brown. You hear about what happened with Ryan Coogler?
I'll be off the net, bro.
Ryan Coogler. For those of you who don't know,
yes.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Ryan Coogler was at Bank of America.
Who's Ryan Coogler?
The guy, the director. Ryan Coogler is the director of Black Panther,
as well as Fruitvale Station,
Creed, and all the
Creed.
Fruitvale Station. Yes,
That's basically Michael B. Jordan's savior.
Yeah. He's Michael B. Jordan's right hand.
Ace Boon Coon.
Besides DJ D-Rec.
Basically.
Is it DJ D-Rec? No, whatever the DJ is from.
D-Rec.
Ridiculousness. Don't forget Ridiculousness.
Oh.
Yeah, that one. D-Rec is from
he's
Wildin' Out.
Yeah, the guy who does the video editing. Yeah, I'm talking about Ridiculousness. D-Rec is from Wildin' Out.
Yeah.
But anyway, Ryan Coogler was at a Bank of America and
went in there with a mask and his glasses.
And he's a mask that a surgical mask that you wear for COVID. Go ahead, continue.
And he wanted to make a withdrawal, but it was a sizable withdrawal. From what I understand, he was trying to take out over $12,000 or $12,000. So because from a bank, I get where he was going with.
Wait, just finish the story.
So instead of going to the teller and like speaking to the teller, he just wrote down trying to make a withdrawal of $12,000. Can you please be discreet? What the teller has, he gives her his, and we found this out afterwards. He gave her his information, meaning his identification card and the slip, the bank card. So the lady looks at this stuff.
Mind you, she's black,
and this black woman looks at this information and decides to still tell the manager and make it seem like right. it was a situation that they called the police
And
on
said
the
that
man for.
he's trying to rob the bank.
With a note that says, "I'm trying to make a withdrawal.
Yeah,
Please make it quiet.
Not
Please
give
be
me
discreet.
the money."
No.
An ID.
A withdrawal
ID.
note with his ID and said he is trying to rob the bank. This is the director of Creed 1 and 2,
Oh, he's about to get paid
Black Panther,
for no reason. He's already
and
rich. He about
Fruitvale
to get another
Station.
check.
So the cops come. It gets worse though. That's the thing. The cops come and they put the man in cuffs.
Yep.
Did they ever take his mask down?
They put him.
I don't know. I have no
They
idea.
had
put
to have
the
ID'd
man in cuffs. The man went to a bank to make a withdrawal and he ended up in fucking cuffs,
Nah,
guys.
I blame him a little bit.
Really?
Just a
Okay,
little
let's
bit.
speak
That's
on it.
crazy. Let's speak on that
it,
because
speak on
that's
it.
wild,
Speak
bro.
on it.
Why did he write that? That's a little sketch.
That's the only part where
It's a
I'm like,
little
if you
sketch.
had the
He
deposit
wasn't-
slip, you could've just-
Think about it. He's a celebrity. He's not trying to draw any kind of attention to himself.
Where's that? Where's
Attention to myself.
This was in
And the note
Cali.
is a little weird.
It was in Atlanta.
This was in Cali.
Cali, right?
No, this
You
was
mean-
Atlanta.
but-
I'm sorry. Atlanta.
Atlanta.
It was this one in Atlanta. I'm sorry.
Still,
This was in
There's
Atlanta.
a lot of robberies.
A little sketch.
Yeah, but if
That
I
was
have a
sketch.
if I
I
have
give
a
you my
deposit
ID,
slip,
bro.
Just give me the
That's
deposit.
crazy.
No. I'm saying that's why he wanted to be discreet.
Yeah, but if I have the deposit slip and it says what I'm withdrawing, why am I
With my
following up with
ID.
a note? But I understand, be discreet.
It's next week.
He's trying to be discreet in terms of what, like,
Don't tell anyone I'm Ryan Coogler, maybe.
Yeah, or in terms of what, bringing out the money for me. So what,
Right,
what is the discretion?
counting $12,000 right in front. They give you the money right then and there.
You might
They're
know people
gonna
don't
be
know. Yeah.
counting it
So
like
he
this,
could've
and
said
people
no.
come
Yeah.
on.
That's what it said.
That's what I'm saying.
All I'm saying is the note is a little sketch. Everything else is above board, and he's gonna get
Yeah.
paid. The note is sketch.
What? No,
He should've just
wait,
went
did he
to
give
the
a note or
side
did he
to
just give a withdrawal slip? Oh, go ahead.
You
I worked at a bank, and I've gotten letters like that all the time from like everybody.
Mm.
They should have, like, if it's over 10,000, they have to look through like your account and all your information anyway. So
Right.
the camera's gonna tell the story because
Right.
honestly, like, that's atrocious.
This
Like,
it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
Thank
man.
you, thank you.
That shouldn't happen.
Thank you, Aaron. That
All day
should not
long,
happen.
right.
Yeah.
You make withdrawals all day long, and somebody hands you a note that says, "I want to make a withdrawal."
With his ID.
And
With his
that
ID, exactly.
Right.
But because of the amount,
Yeah, even with the amount, he brought his ID out, and you have all of his information.
And he
So-
did-
right there.
And he
I
made,
want to make
and he made,
control of my
profile.
money.
and he made, and he
My
made,
money.
and from he gave his bank card, his a withdrawal note, and
That's what it is.
why he don't look rich.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It was ID. It was profile.
Thank you. Say it louder,
You don't look
Deja.
rich.
Why didn't he look rich?
Yo,
Why didn't he look rich?
Black-
I
Black-
It
wonder.
has to be something, bro.
Yeah, Wes Lovely said he didn't want them to count the money at the counter, so he wasn't a lick. When he left the bank, okay,
Exactly.
He didn't want to be a lick.
That's it. Get got as soon as you leave the bank. They just gave him 12 racks.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, pull up on that nigga.
Pull up on him.
If I'm
Yeah.
taking out that much, you need to take me to a back room, a meeting room.
Yeah,
right, but
he
he's-
that's
true.
You don't need to
And
sit
a
me
lot
in
of people
front
were
of the
saying that he
teller
should have walked
window.
to one of the desks
Yeah,
instead of
you
going
wildin'.
to the teller. But Aaron, would it have been better if he walked to one of the desks instead of going to the teller up to the window, or
You're
does it
supposed to get
matter?
it from the teller. Yeah,
Yeah, they have to
You
look
don't-
at
you
it
have
is-
to go to the teller in order for you
And then
to, like,
she
get
might
the-
direct
see?
you somewhere else,
And
right?
like just like he, I totally forget your name.
Peggins.
Yeah, it's cool.
Totally, they would have brought him into a back room. Definitely, if he wanted it to be discreet.
Yeah.
He didn't want people to know the amount. Like,
Bro, it's
there's
sketch.
rules
That
and
whole
regulations for these
situation
things.
is
They
It's
didn't
supposed
follow
to keep you
them.
safe.
So
My beautiful say I worked at a bank before, and from my experience, that teller was wrong.
They messed up
Yeah,
That teller was absolutely wrong.
Not the teller, the manager. All of it.
All of it, yeah.
Because it's the manager's
the manager
job
one
to
who said
supersede
yeah,
all of
yeah.
that shit.
And the
You're right.
manager came out and just said,
She's
"Call the
wildin', I'm
police."
Call the police.
Yo,
The manager's
Black Iron Man said some of the richest people in the world don't look rich on purpose.
Yes,
And
100%.
so
100%.
also you mean he didn't look rich?
Yeah.
I wasn't
That's what I
talking about
No,
money
okay.
wise.
No, I
That's
mean
not what he
this.
means, though.
Huh?
That's not what he means.
Oh yeah, but that's what I was
That's
talking
what I
about.
was talking about too.
I wasn't
Like,
talking
I was
about
this.
you. Of course, Kanye's whole fashion line is bumwear, bro.
Yeah, bro, it is.
It's
slave
doodle
wear.
colors.
It's what they said that.
Doodle
it's-
colors.
Yeah, why y'all coming after my man Kanye, bro? Y'all saw the new shorty he dated?
Yeah, I don't
She
care.
a little thick. She a little thick. She a little thick.
He always managed to come up, man. Come on. You know he wasn't going to go down.
All right.
He's a billionaire.
So the next one I wanted to mention was did you guys hear? Because this is something that's been happening a lot, especially with the Me Too culture that's going on and everything like that. And I really want to know. I really want to know how everybody feels on this. Chris Brown. Chris Brown was dealing with a chick.
Tell a story.
I seen that one.
Okay, all right.
He was like, I see that one. I see that one. Go ahead.
Chris Brown was dealing with a chick. And I guess
Silly
after
rabbit.
dealing with her for a couple times, he deaded her. After
Kept it moving.
he deaded her, like he just ghosted her. She came out and said that Chris Brown drugged her and raped. Chris Brown drugged and raped her basically, and now she's trying to get some type of compensation or something like that. I guess you know what I mean.
The hearts are going up right now.
You know what I mean? So now what I want to know is Chris Brown then posted texts of how everything went down.
I
Really,
believe they call it the receipts.
he posted that. He posted the receipts.
He pulled the receipts.
He pulled the receipts. There we go. You're right. Shit, I guess I'm old.
He went into the phone and pulled out the text messages.
He contacted his data plan to retrieve the service.
Yo, you remember when you used to get the call list
Bro.
of who you called? Oh my God.
Listen,
Go ahead.
Like he said, he pulled up the receipts. It showed that it's because he ghosted her that she's even saying what she said. She was actually asking for drugs in the text.
She was like, "You're the best I ever had."
Oh, let me get some E. You're gonna have some E. Blah blah blah. Then after a while, the text went from him responding a little bit to
a dealer.
Yeah, like he's like, I don't got that shit. He's like, my boy got that shit.
All I do is dance and fuck girls. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, yay!
Did she say what drug she was looking for?
Huh?
E.
She was looking for some E. You know what I mean? So
my man King Steph is like, yo, because I could help her if she needs help. What kind of drugs was she looking for? Because I got connects. She tried to play my man Chris. I Beautiful says these women that are lying about something so serious needs to get the same punishment as men if those men were guilty, and that is a freaking certified fact, man. You have to be able to get in trouble with her. They have to stop this shit. It has to stop.
Okay.
It has to stop, bro. It can't keep going like this. Because my whole thing is that I will believe a female. My whole thing is that I don't want to dismiss a female who says some shit like that. I want to take you seriously. But if you're going on the base of emotion, you didn't like the dude, and then you decided to come up with this cockamamie scheme, that you're worse than evil. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is, you're crazy. You're trying to destroy somebody because they didn't make you feel happy at one point. Like, who are you? Like, that shit is crazy to me, bro. It's crazy.
Go to a different case, but like the one thing we learned with like Jussie Smollett, he's locked up for lying. So it's like if you can get locked up for lying,
bruh.
Lock them up,
bruh. But he lied about the wrong people. But that was the thing.
But
he did it with the MAGA folks, bro. He did it with he tried to play around with the MAGA folks. That's what it was, bro. He tried to play around with the MAGA folks, and they not having that, bro. They not having it. Okay, all right. That's a whole nother story for another day.
Came up for 10% of the time, bro.
Bro, the fact that he said they had MAGA hats made every single cop and every single freaking conservative in America go, hell nah. He has to pay for what he said. Because they're trying to paint us as these bad people. Because he said specifically that they had MAGA hats on, and that's why they beat me, because they knew that I was a member of the LGBTQ community. But we're not going to talk about that now. We're going to get back to this Chris Rock thing, because I really want to get back to the Chris Rock thing.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
That's funny. Everybody correct.
Chris Brown.
But no, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not like when you have someone that lies about rape, it like diminishes everybody else that was telling the truth.
Thank you.
You gotta go.
Thank you. You just dismissed everybody, right?
You're ruining a life.
You just dismissed everybody who's been sexually abused. That's not right.
And you ruining someone's life. Like people.
Hunted by Flight says you have to record or have shit in writing when dealing with women today. Most of them are liars when it comes to the shit like this. The mattress girl who was in Time magazine is a perfect example. The mistress girl who was in Times magazine. You have to verify Hunted by Flight. We want to know what this mistress or mattress girl, maybe he's trying to say mistress, girl in Time magazine is, but I don't know that story.
Men are liars, women are liars.
Thank you.
There isn't any women. They're actually better at lying. Who? Women.
Cheating, like issue.
But they're good at emotions.
Nah, we already spoke about this on the show. We said the woman could lie to you, cook you some dinner, and suck your dick, in one fucking day, and you go out there thinking that your life is great, and meanwhile she got big dick Tommy.
Not even just big dick Tommy. She might even be she's setting up for months. putting 10 cents an hour away, nigga, to ruin your life, nigga.
And if you find out, she wants you to find out.
Even if it takes 2 years.
She wants you to find out.
She's done with you. She wants you to just be like, oh, all right, what the fuck
web
you
has
been
been set, bro.
Well, just to
bring it back.
Just to bring it back to the Chris Brown thing, I personally feel like when it comes to everything that's going on, like you guys said, I agree with you guys that I think that there should be some type of consequences. I'm not saying that you should get the same amount of time.
Yeah.
But what you're doing can literally put someone away for the rest of their lives.
Get someone killed.
You know what I mean?
Ruin lives, ruin careers.
So somebody can come and kill you out of retaliation.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what can happen from you doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It's not just that too. You're diminishing it's like the boy who cried wolf. It's like every time somebody says something happened, next time it happens, nah. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't
send
know.
all the cops. We'll send one instead of 7.
So everybody just wants to rape you? Somebody can't hear me?
Yeah.
Speak up, Rich. I can't hear you.
I apologize. Yeah, so like I personally feel like the punishment should be something where it's like because besides what you're doing to that person, you're taking away, like he said, you're taking away the value of those type of complaints from other women who really experience trauma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because I watched it happen when I was in college at OS back in 2005 and everything like that. And I remember a girl got raped or whatnot, supposedly. Even like it sucks even saying that because those dudes went through mad stuff because of that rape situation. And the college, the dorms shut down on the whole side and everything like that. Like there was a lot of BS that was going on. And then I would hear stories from the people that were at the party, and I was like, nah, she was with all the action. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of funny stuff that happens when it comes to that stuff. So it's like I don't understand why somebody would want to ruin somebody's life in that manner in the first place.
To protect their image.
I don't think.
Hunted by Flight says a Columbia University student claimed that her ex raped her, and she was heavily supported by the feminist movement. Can't with this guy. She was posted in Times Magazine, but it was a fat lie after investigation.
The same thing happened when I was at Hofstra. And it was a whole big thing. This girl was like 3 guys raped her. They ran a train on her, but they didn't rape her. And they got arrested, and they were on Steve Wilkos. It was a huge thing, and she lied.
She lied. Iramo Fresh says consequences in psychological assessment therapy. Yes, consequences and psychological assessment. Thank you. That would definitely be needed. Yeah.
By the way, for everybody out there in the live right now, please hit the paper plane right next to the
people
heart.
are joining in.
Right on the bottom, hit the paper plane and send this out to 5 of your friends. We really like to get this out. We're talking about some serious stuff today. You know what I mean? We still got the jokes, but we're really trying to get to the bottom of how people think and why they think the way they think. You know what I mean?
We have the lovely Miss Adaysia here.
The lovely Miss Adaysia. We have
as well as
parents. On YouTube, somebody said, let's talk about the Batman movie. We shall not be doing that.
No, I'm down for it though.
No.
I'm down for some Batman. Yo, literally legit. I mean, I don't know, man. They're not losing with these Batman movies, bro. The standalone movies.
We're not gonna stay on this topic.
Not for too long, but go see it, guys. If you guys haven't seen the new Batman with Robert Pattinson, absolutely amazing, man. Yeah. Absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Cinematography is crazy. It's a great movie. Great movie.
It was a sleeper.
It's a good
sleeper.
Batman, definitely. Shout out to that person who wanted to talk about Batman.
That was on YouTube. Oh yeah, by the way, we are live on YouTube right now at KeepinMind Podcast. You can definitely find us on there.
So if you don't want to be on your phones, if you want to put it up on your screen while you go cook your food or do your child's hair, you could do that.
Yeah, KeepinMind Podcast on YouTube and Facebook. We're live on those as well, and Twitter actually. KeepinMind Pod. Check us out. But so the next thing I wanted to talk about was and like I said, because all these questions are really geared towards you. I wanted to know, can a lack of sexual activity lead to or be a sign of mental instability or issues?
Yes, because for instance, if you go with like depression, one of the signs of depression, is like a disinterest in activities. So it could be sexual activity. There are some people that choose to be celibate, but sometimes if it's like an extended period, if it's like a drastic change, if it's like we go from having sex 4 or 5 times a week, and now it's down to once a month, once every 3 months, once every 6 months. We gotta have a conversation and see what's going on.
Because as you all know, sex is always on the table for me. Just want to let you know that before this call.
There could be something going on. I think what happens a lot of times is like we internalize that, like, oh, there's a problem with me if they don't want to have sex with me. And it's like, it may not be me, it may be them, but you know, people don't ask. We go to us first. We're self-centered people.
No, you're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right about that. Because again, the reason why I kind of make that statement every now and again is because at one point in time, like, it wasn't understood between my wife and I that, like, I'm always ready. Like, there really isn't a time where I'm just like, I mean, there might be that time where I'm like, yo, I'm really not in the mood. I'm really tired. I'm really whatever. But for me, I'm always good to go.
Right.
It's up to you whether or not this happens, because at the end of the day, we just talked about a way that it can't happen. It can't be on some, I want it, so I'm going to have it.
Yeah.
Then we have trouble. And I end up in handcuffs. So it's like, for me, it's just like, I want you to be able to let me know as the man that it is, you know, like, it's good to go. We're set. We could do this. But if that's not the case, you got to be able to talk to me about it too.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm saying?
All of
like,
a sudden you're always ready, but if all of a sudden you weren't ready,
what would happen where you?
No, then that would mean that, like, okay, something's going on. If you're someone that was always ready, all of a sudden,
you're right. Absolutely, you're right about that.
We gotta have a discussion.
Hunter by Flight say, Jerry, stay ready. You know it.
Yeah. Listen. The main reason I wanted to ask that question is because in my personal life, I personally feel like in my life, I've experienced what I wasn't trying to sound smart. I'm always
he's next to a dangerous, so he's like, personally, in my personal life, when I do personal things, personally.
Yes.
Go ahead, bro.
Let's go. But yeah, in my personal life, what I've experienced is that a lot of women that I've seen that feel that they're being celibate, or like, and I'm talking about women who are not virgins, women who have already experienced sex and everything like that. Like, it's usually because there's something else underlying.
That's there.
Like, I wish we had Miss Sunny Love here, because she's someone who's doing that, and she's explained that for her, it's just really just a decision she's made. It's not like anything, you know what I mean? But me personally, like, I feel like there's always an underlying thing. Like, there was something that didn't go the way that you wanted it to in a relationship. There was a traumatic experience. You know what I mean? Like, you're going through a depression, as she said. You know what I mean? Where you're very apathetic towards everything. Like, I don't feel like after you've already experienced the joys and wonders of sex, you make the choice to be like, you know what? I'm not, because I'm
not gonna go to heaven anymore.
Look at even the clergy. Look at even the clergy. There's always some type of I'm talking about with Catholicism, of course. Not of course, but
I'm about to say I ain't Catholic, so
I just thought about it.
And I was just about to say, watch yourself, young man.
Yeah.
We had this conversation earlier.
But I'm speaking about like Catholic priests.
About all of them, because they all freaks, buddy.
Okay, say it.
All the pastors. Doesn't matter if it's Christian, Catholic.
Talk about it.
There's always a scandal.
Talk about it.
There's always a scandal. There's a pastor with too much power.
And it seems as though those people who are supposed to be practicing some type of abstinence or some type of faithfulness, you know what I mean? Because they're pastors, so if they're married or whatever it may be, all those people seem to be involved in a lot of lewd and adulterous activities, you know what I mean? So
unsavory activities.
You know what I mean? So it's like
Talia says people can go through something traumatic, or people can go through funks or depressive periods. That's very true.
Well, I was gonna say, like, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything like real negative why someone decides to stop having sex. It could just be because sometimes, especially when you're dating, if you're not in a long-term relationship, but when you're dating, sex can cloud things. Sex can like make you see things, like ignore red flags and stuff.
No
like
gray
that.
areas for Rich though.
And like, I think a lot of people, some women are gonna hate me for this, but I don't care. We are not men. We are not built like men. We cannot function like men. Some try. Some try. But most cannot take emotions away from sex. And the difference most times between men and women is men, from what I studied and talk to people, is that men can separate sex from emotions. They can have sex with you and everything. Us, we're like, we're having sex with you, so therefore we're turning this into a relationship.
Let the hearts go up. They're going up for you right now, Adaysia. The hearts are going up for you right now, Adaysia.
Like we're turning like have maybe not you, but have you ever heard of a girl? Have you ever had a friend who told you, dude told her, I'm not looking for a girl. I'm not looking for a girl. We just chilling. And the girl ever told you like he said that, but
he's still having sex with me. He said that, but he's still taking me out. He's doing all of this, and like that's cool. But until
we getting the truth, boy. We are getting the truth.
Which I tell people all the time, like, listen, until those words, we are in a relationship. You ain't in a relationship. Until there's a ring on your finger, you're not married.
Period.
Do you?
I could vouch.
Well, let's not say that. Let's not say that. Let's not say that. I don't have a ring on my finger, but I'm married.
Pre psychology, pre degree. She's been like this all our lives.
What do you mean, do you? What do you mean by do you?
Like, if you want to date other people, go. Now, I don't condone. If you want to have sex with multiple people, that's your business. I don't do that.
But you're talking about dating.
But if you want to talk to other people, but don't settle on this one person that is saying he don't want to be in a relationship. Why are you putting all your eggs
in this one basket?
When he's telling you, like, no.
I'm gonna tell you I don't have a ring on, but I tell everybody I'm married. All right, they're just you don't necessarily have to have the ring on, but I can change his mind.
No, you can't.
Yeah. My pussy is sunshine.
My pussy is everything. He's gonna know. You know what? I'm gonna put it on him so good. He's gonna ask me, yo, can I please be your man? And she's just gonna be like, yes, I know this pussy gonna get you. That's what y'all do. I don't understand why y'all do that shit. I don't understand why y'all do that shit, bro.
Your peckers is stupid. Jerry just threw a stupid ass golf ball.
Al Pacino spit.
Yeah.
No, you're good. This nigga Rich said. I was like, you don't want that Jerry flavoring in your fucking Henny, but
I'm sorry. I watched the whole shit. I'm like, I watched that too. And I was like, oh, thank God. I was like, give me my shit.
I'm not talking to you anymore, guys.
You had the Al Pacino spit. This is mine.
Yo,
he's passionate.
But yeah, I can't.
Fuck y'all, yo.
Yeah.
What are people saying on him?
Do you feel like when somebody decides to become celibate, that is a lack of that it's usually
you can't get none.
Do you feel like there's usually an underlying factor why somebody who's not a virgin would choose to start being celibate?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Huh?
A spiritual reason.
Ooh. You said spiritual?
Absolutely.
Well, you're a very spiritual person. You want to come beyond the bar and talk?
I didn't want to disrespect and just barge in.
No, come through.
Come through. We got our my favorite.
I can pull
one of my favorites.
We can grab a chair, bro. You want to come on the TV? You want to grab a chair? You want to be on the bar?
No, but that's why I said it doesn't have to be negative in nature. It don't have to be.
He should be on. Yeah, he's on. He'll be on camera.
No,
there we go. All right, cool. Look at that. Everybody together now. All
right. You
sorry, man.
Yeah, I know.
Now you good.
Yeah, I know.
What's it called? So here's a different perspective. The question that I posed was, can a lack of sexual activity lead to or be a sign of mental instability?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You disagree?
100%.
Okay, and your reasoning is because
I abstain at least once a year, every year.
For the full year?
No, like
I believe in for the full year too.
But it's for religious reasons or no?
Beyond religion, it's a spiritual reason. Athletes abstain from sex.
Right.
Yeah, before
a game. Yeah.
Some fighters abstain for years before fights. Right. There's an energy with that.
Cold Kundalini and all that shit.
All right. So if men and women share it, it's the exact same thing. Right, that's one of the metaphors in Jesus' first miracle, water into wine. The water is a sexual water preserved, can turn into wine, and you can create whatever miracle you want for yourself.
This is a. Tell them what you're.
I was about to be like, yes, that's Henny.
I say that.
Go ahead. Talk it. That's why I love this man.
They put so much value into sex, it makes you feel like if you're not having it, something wrong. There's nothing wrong with you.
That's what I was saying when I was like, sometimes sex can cloud things.
Yeah.
Sex can cloud things.
And I regret waiting so long before I did that. Like
before you abstained at least once throughout
the second I started abstaining every year for like the last 6 years, maybe 7 years during Lent, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I don't really eat meat, and I also practice abstaining. If I'm with someone, it's with measure, you know what I mean. But otherwise, and it's because I got tired of myself, bro.
The way I feel about it, if I'm gonna go do it again, there's no point in not doing it.
I understand.
That's the way I see it.
I understand. I'm not gonna debate that, but there's also a time and a place. There's also
You're right.
Right.
You're right.
Like for people, like for me, I went through a really dark moment where I in my like early 20s, I didn't like myself no more.
But you said you went through a really dark moment.
See, because I kept on. I was over.
But that's what he was saying. That's what he was saying. Like
I was waiting for you to finish.
Say it again.
Because I always feel like I said, you weren't here for it, but in my personal experience, it's always something that occurs to someone
to make them stop,
to make them come to a realization that I need to stop doing this.
Okay, I could. All right,
you get what I'm saying?
That is a fair assumption.
Big Cloud says the only reason to abstain from sex is an unhealthy sex life.
Huh?
Big Cloud Jones says the only reason to abstain from sex is an unhealthy sex life.
Unhealthy sex life is subjective.
It is subjective. That is definitely subjective.
And it's still
that is subjective.
It's still an experience for you. Whatever may have happened, maybe you had a wild moment, and now it's like shit. I should have never did that.
I didn't like how I looked at myself in the mirror after.
See, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what I mean? Yeah. And I got tired of looking at myself in the mirror that way.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right? So after like in my 20s, I sought satisfaction. Yeah, I sought satisfaction. I pacified. I didn't look for therapy. I didn't do any groups. I didn't speak to nobody. I buried myself in sex. I buried myself in what felt good. Right? And then
getting that release, right, and just
but then I was never satisfied. It became like I'm chasing a high that don't even really exist, right? So I've heard from men and women it's different, and I can respect that in this phase of my life. But back then I was so like away, bro. Like, and when I started doing that, you start to realize that once you remove sex from the equation, a lot of people are not that interesting.
Thank you.
Wow.
A lot of people are not that interesting. A lot of
true.
That's a big one though. That's a big one.
I found that.
That's a big one.
I found that in smoking weed. Like when I learned, like a lot of people that I've messed with growing up, like when I used to work at UCP, just throughout my life, everything like that. And like I mentioned that time because that was when I was in my early 20s and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And
West Lovely says I got to go to work, but I love you, Deja.
Love you too.
Just let you know. There you go. My fault, Rich.
Not all good. What's it called? But I feel like when I was like living that type of life or whatnot, you know what I mean? Like I never really got tired of it. Like I didn't like
teach his own.
You know what I mean? Like personally, like I never really got tired of it. Like I just personally felt like as I got older, it was really like, yo, you can't be the old dude in this company hollering at all the young girls coming in. You know what I mean? And I thought about like as I get older, the more I'm gonna look like a creep doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like to be honest, I want to be honest. I feel like a lot of men are not honest with the fact that a lot of them wish that they would be able to be, if age wasn't a factor, a lot of men would be hollering at chicks all their lives. If they're not married or something like that.
But do you agree with what Perry said? Do you find that if you did remove sex from a lot of the situations that you did have, would those women be as interesting as?
No.
I'm just because that's a good point to bring up. Actually,
how it presents itself in our culture now.
How?
A woman who sells hair, why does she have to be naked to sell it? If you have a fashion brand, why must you be naked to sell it?
Sex sells.
A young lady told me this the other day. I went to T-Mobile. I had trouble with my phone. I only seen this part of this young woman, and I looked up and said, oh my God, your eyes are phenomenal. Purely platonic. And conversation started because I used to work in cell phones. And I said, what do you want to do? She says, oh, I do makeup and I do da-da-da-da. And she says she wants to either sing or do like makeup stuff. And I says, well, what are you doing to go towards that? And as we started building, I was like, these are the things I did with my business. I wrote it down. I wrote a plan. And then I said, if you're going to do it, though, be real and do it. You don't have to like be naked to sell what you know. And then she said, sex sells. I said, yeah, but what's the cost? Right?
Well, your soul.
Beyond that, like I feel like a lot of sisters will do that, and you realize the post with no sex has barely any likes. Right? So you've subjected yourself, right, sexually. You've given that part of yourself to sell a product that doesn't necessarily align with sex, but it makes you popular, right? The endorphins go off because you're getting the likes. But if we're really honest and we look at you know, a lot of people do it. A lot of women do it, selling brands, selling hair, going on trips, whatever it may be. You don't necessarily have to be naked all the time.
That's big, bro. Iramo Fresh says it could be spiritual, it could be religious, could be from an unhealthy place, but there's so much more. It clouds things. It could be a vibrational thing. It could be a vibration.
Ira Mo Fresh said.
Iramo Fresh.
Iramo Fresh, my bad. You got me.
That's my brother.
There's people who stay with someone or keep messing with someone because of the sex.
That's but remove the sex and see how much you really.
No, you're 100% right. Like what I was trying to say earlier, and I lost my train of thought was with, like I used to find like a lot of people I hung out with was because I used to smoke weed, smoke with them. You know what I mean? And when
you don't smoke no more,
when I'm not smoking or whatnot, it's like,
well, you're not that interested in it.
Like you're kind of boring.
You ever dated with no intent of sex?
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't it easier to filter out a person when sex is no?
Yes, 100%.
So 100%. Let's just put this in because women are good at that. Women can filter because they have to lay down and receive a man. So they're like, I don't know, I'm gonna be real selective from Jump Street.
Right.
Men pursue all the time.
Right.
So
some.
Well, yeah.
She's a therapist. Some.
Yeah,
some.
At the end of it, I think it does cloud. I think it gives a false ideology, a false perception, and because it feels good, right? We look for that high of the good feeling, and it doesn't necessarily mean that's who that person is.
It's interesting because I was talking to my ex recently, and he was just like, running through women has been his thing. He's not in a relationship. Like, he was a football player. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
We were having a conversation.
It passes time.
Right. We were having a conversation recently, and not to big myself up, but I'm pretty dope. I actually am. I'm entertaining all that. I got a lot to talk about.
I'm pretty dope.
But
okay. If you must like, say so yourself, right?
He was like, post Adaysia is trash. He was like, because beyond sex, these girls don't have nothing to talk about. They can't keep you interested. They're not even funny.
Yeah, a lot of people don't
talk about it.
I was having this conversation with my friends. They're like, nah, he just don't know. No, if your personality is your personality, it's going to shine regardless. You should be able to shine without sex.
Talia says, just like if you have it, you can flaunt it. In my opinion, a woman doesn't have to show it off to say you have it. Keep the mystery and value behind it. Not to say that you can't show it off. I just don't think women need to all the time.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. It's fair. Definitely fair.
And also, it goes back to that thing of like, why buy the cow if you're giving the milk for free?
But at the same time, I won't buy the cow. I won't buy the cow unless I taste the milk.
No, I'm talking about specifically like, okay, if I'm seeing your body and everything on Instagram, what do I know what you got? You already laying it out here.
Right.
Yeah.
I have
and Richard said that plenty of times.
I have nothing to earn.
He said that plenty of times. If you're leaving nothing for me,
you leaving everybody knows what my girl like not like currently. I'm just saying like no man likes to feel like everybody knows how fat my girl's fat my is.
Yeah.
Like not true. Not no man.
You think something like that?
Kanye.
There's some.
Clearly.
He liked it. He thought that's what drew him in.
That's what drew him in, right?
Apparently there was like...
You could change your mind, but that's what he liked. He clearly said that long before he got with Kim.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, with Amber, he said that, and all he had a track record.
Until it became, you're my wife and you're mother of my children.
Yeah, but then some people don't deviate or change.
You're right. Mm-hmm. You're right.
There's some guys who like that.
I don't know, man.
So now that you said you've been doing, so you've been
doing. Y'all don't, but there are some.
There are guys. Yeah.
So Perry, you said you've been doing this for like 6 years now, and this has been a constant kind of thing. This is a ritualistic almost thing that you do. How much would you say that has changed as far as like the decisions you make, the person you are, because you do that now versus what you did before?
I was also younger. I needed a sense of emotional maturity, you know what I'm saying, which I didn't have. I needed a mental cognizance I did not have, right? And then I also had to look at myself in the mirror and realize flaws that I didn't know I had. There's nothing normal at that phase of my life, right, to be with a different woman almost every month. There was nothing, and in my early 20s, it was, and this is going to come off a type of way, I'm well put together. You get what I'm saying? I knew how to navigate different circles. I went and I was a lot in a lot of different places. So like I could leave the hood and be comfortable. I interned at radio. I could go to an industry party.
Yeah, you could be in front of nothing but execs and still move
and be cool.
And
that also comes with an energy. So if I'm there and someone else is there and we catch a vibe or whatever, it would be, you know what I mean? And then the second, and it was only because my life kept on. I felt like I was losing control. Like I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't have any woman who I could say really loved me. And then when I did love a woman and I wasn't sexualized with them, they looked at me like, oh, but you got be with all these other people. This type of, it was just like a thing where
it became what you were.
That's what, and that's realistically, that's not even what I was as much as what I did.
Right. But that's what they associated.
Everybody associated me with that, and so it was hard to come from it.
I can share that experience.
Yeah.
But personally, because do you have any older brothers?
Yeah, he's off the hook. He is off the. He don't even shy away from. It's also a different era. My brother got me by like 10 years, a little older.
My brother's 5 years older than me.
Yeah.
I have one that's 10 years older than me as well, but
he's about to smoke. He don't care with like he a Rolling Stone.
Oh, well, my brother's married now, but when we were younger, my brother was a big influence in my life because my father passed away when I was 4, and so my older brother was like my father figure and everything like that. You know what I mean? And the thing he told me was like, you get girls. That's what we do.
My older brother told me the same thing,
girls.
bro.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, so.
I tell everybody, my older brother taught me how to eat pussy. He was like, yo, let me sit you down. That little bell at the top. You got to play with that bell. Make sure that bell ring off. You know what I mean? I was like, okay. I was like, the little bell at the top. Make sure you pay attention.
Wow, okay. And you come from such a male-dominant culture, especially being Caribbean men.
Yes. There's
kind of like a facade or a demeanor that says your machismo, your level of manliness is about how many women you can
right.
Yeah, but I've also seen a lot of great men take L's because of the type of woman that they were with, or the amount of women that they were with. And in my experience, all of like
it brings down the quality.
Yo, bro, like I knew some great men. I knew men who were phenomenal, right? Like to me, one of the most phenomenal men I ever think I've met was my father. To me, right? The vibration of my father's name to me, until the death of me, man, I went to the morgue and dressed my father. Right before we put him in the car, I spoke to my father, let him know how much I appreciated the man that he was in my life. And at the same token, me and my father would talk just like I'm talking to you about women, and I could be like, bro, that don't make no sense that you would do that well. Right? And then sometimes my father would reflect. And I think when he would, discuss the type of woman he would want me to have, he also knew that there were some mistakes he may have made in himself and the woman that he chose. Right? It take a man to realize your L's. My father was one of those men. That's what I admire. You see what I'm saying? So as I get older, it's not to say that I'm perfect or anything like holier than thou, you know what I'm saying? But like, I didn't want my kid to look at me, right, and feel like my dad could have been this, but.
See, I think
that was big, man. Chino, yo, shout out to Chino Bodega out there. You already know Bing Bong. Fuck your life. What do you want to tell Joe Biden right now, bro?
But like, that's why like fathers are important. Because, and I'm thinking as a daughter, I don't have brothers. Like I don't have brothers. I have brothers, and my father was that guy where he was like, all right, well, you don't have biological, but let me tell you how you need to operate with men, and let me tell you how you need to conduct yourself as a lady to get respect. That's how I'm gonna be with my daughters, man. My father was like, he had to lead by example because of how he saw with his parents. So like my parents, they've been married, what? We're gonna be 34. They'll be married 35 years in August. 35 years. And my father was like, this is how you're gonna operate. And then the guys that I did accumulate that are my brothers, my friends and stuff like that, also observing them. There's certain things I have not been through some of the things that, sorry for any of my friends that are watching, I love y'all. I haven't been through none of the things that majority of my friends have been through. And I attributed that to my father and the men that I have just been surrounded by.
Those women have father figures?
Amazing.
A lot, most of them do not. And no, they also don't have a solid group of just men around. My family is it's my immediate family that there's no boys. But my family is all men, my extended family. And they were like, Adaysia, we not gonna play with you. This is how it's gotta be.
Yeah, the hearts is going up. They're going up. They're going up. Chino Bodega said, shout out to Big Brothers. Definitely. Shout out to
Big Brothers.
All the siblings, man. They definitely put us on.
Big
they
Brothers
did the best they
definitely
can to put us on, bro. That's all I can
all
ask
the
for.
siblings in general, they are amazing people. You know what I mean?
One of the most profound things I've heard Rich say to me was, he was like, yo, dude, like, I want what you have. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, bro, you get to like not only like have a day where you get money and you do your thing and you hustle, you got somebody to go back and talk to about it, joke around about it. You know what I mean? And Pierre's told me that plenty of times. So when Rich told me that, I was like, oh wow, like that, you know, it's way more than just the sex. But I just know I put the sex at a pedestal. I do. Why? I make it important. I don't know. I mean, for me, it's like the time that I get to fuse with this person. When you say that you become one, I feel like that's what it is. Like that's the action that kind of opens up the door to fuse like that. And so I don't really know you. You know, we know each. I know like my wife physically. That was the first thing that I saw, like her body or whatever. But once we did that, it was like, yo, I'm in love with your mind. I'm in love with your soul. I'm in love with your quirks. I'm in love with everything. You know what I mean? Like, and you don't get that.
I think that's the difference. A lot of people are not trying to get to know someone's mind, quirks, and all that stuff. And again, not to like come down on a lot of women, but a lot of women don't really.
They don't have no mind.
They don't have a lot. Don't
for whatever reason. Same goes for men, though.
I've never encountered.
Eddie,
but that's because, again, I know what to look for. But it's true. Like if you don't have nothing, if you take sex off the table, what do you have?
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a big one.
But I always look at it like, okay, if we turn 70, 80 years old and things are not functioning, now what?
70, 80. Some people stop functioning
at 50.
Oh, God, I hope that's not my life.
Let's be honest.
She said not for me.
Let's be honest, right?
Yeah, but it goes down for men a lot quicker than for women.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the drive goes down for men.
Of course, but let's just say men and women bodies change at different phases of our lives, right?
Yeah.
Some
men it's before.
I understand that. There's some everything.
Okay.
Talking about that, but I'm saying not at 50, bro. I'm saying personally, no, not at 50.
Well, no.
He said me personally. I'm personally saying for my personal life, no, not at 50.
Testosterone levels do drop and stuff like that.
Testosterone starts dropping at like 35.
Fine, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
So,
talk about it. Talk about it for my 35-year-old men out there.
Drinking Henny. Let's not ignore all of that too. It's not 35. It's what you put in.
If
you're right.
Don't skip over that.
It's different, right? But if it's all about sex so much, right? Like statistics, half of the marriages fail in like 6 months to a year.
50%,
right? So if by 35 a man's testosterone goes down, which means his drive or his urge will go down, and then maybe 10 years after that, women start entering menopause, or maybe 15 years after that, women start to enter menopause and their bodies start to change. We're talking about, respectfully, maybe 20 years of popping sex. So at 51, what else will there be? Right. At 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 78, right?
People are living longer now.
It doesn't even have to be that. It can just simply be earlier than that. We trying to raise kids, we working and everything. We just life happens.
We can't get to it.
Be something more. But I tell my clients, I also do marriage therapy. I tell my clients sometimes you gotta schedule sex in, and people say that's corny, but you do need to connect with people sexually. You need to connect with your spouse sexually. However, it's important, but it should not be the most important, because again, things can happen.
I'm not gonna say it's the most important. I just put it at a high.
I just off the table.
I put it on a high pedestal.
Out of 100%,
it's important to me. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's more important, but I'm gonna. It's at 48 to 50.
I will say
yes for me. Sex, yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rich.
I think sex is very important.
It's very important.
It's in terms of percentage.
I would say it's 50. It's 50.
Don't even do that. 1 to 5.
1 to 5. It's like a 3.
It's a 4. It's a 4. It's a 4 to me. It's a 4 to me.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. All right, listen.
Outrageous. Go ahead.
When I'm hypersexualized in a relationship, and where all I'm thinking about is having sex all the time. After I'm satiated, or whatever you want to call it, full of whoever I'm dealing with. Now I look elsewhere.
Why?
Because I'm good.
I've heard guys say that.
I'm good now, yo. I just smashed.
No, I'm a guy. I know the feeling. I'm just asking. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Okay.
Right?
Like, you play devil's advocate because it's like, yo, I want to try something new now because I done smashed your brains away in all different types of ways I can.
And that was like thing,
and that was my problem. Yeah. That was my main focus to show you, like, yeah, and that's my thing. My thing is I want to show how good I am at sex with women. I'm a pleaser. You feel what I'm saying? So I want to show how good I can blow your brains away and make you be like, oh my God, I've never had this before in my life. You know what I mean? So now, after
is there anyone out there who can attest to that?
We don't need.
Don't get rich in trouble. Stop typing.
Yo, you know it's KeepinMind podcast. I like to keep shit spicy. You feel me? You feel me? Shout out to Mr. Raw out there. He see me.
So yeah, these guys nuts. So like
still love you, bro.
When I put sex at a 4 in relationships, now it's not because sex is the most important thing. The relationship isn't. It's the sex. So now now it's about showing how. For me, it's like I said, my prowess or whatever. So it's like now that's done. Now I want to see who else I can go do that to. Compared to now when I'm in a relationship, compared to now when I'm in a relationship where that's not my now when I'm in a relationship where it's not my, like I've said it many times on the show before, my longest relationships that I've ever had have been women who have never been my girlfriend. So it's
I've had that.
My fuck buddies.
I've had 10-year fuck buddies.
Exactly. I've had 15-year fuck buddies, shit like that. Because exactly. Because
you know why? I want you to say why.
Well, no, I'm gonna tell you my reason.
Talia says, "LOL, Richard just wants to be the best he can be at everything he does. We know you're a pleaser. You remind us almost every video,
okay.
Rich."
Okay, thank you. Listen.
Our critical thinkers are speaking. That's all.
I appreciate you letting me know that, but you know what I mean. I'm speaking my truth on the show. Like, what do you want me to do? So therefore, like when it comes to like fuck buddies, you don't fuck them all the time. You know what I mean? Like if you have a fuck buddy, we had 5 in here. When you have a fuck buddy, you fuck them like maybe once a month, once every 2 months, once in the hey, I'm free right now. What's going on? And the sex be phenomenal.
Of course.
Usually, the sex usually be like, oh my God, like
popping.
Like, and if it's the first time you had sex with that person,
right? You talk to them in between.
Yeah, you cool with them. Like
chop it up.
You chop it up from time to time. It's not like
constant communication.
I would say no. It's not like constant. It's like you speak though. You guys are actually cool. Like you guys are actually cool.
There's no real emotion behind it other than the sex.
No, I wouldn't say that because there's many people who you care about. After 15 years, you care about that person.
I'm not saying you don't care about them, but there is no emotional investment with this person beyond the sex. Right? Let's just think about it. Like I've agreed to the 10-year fuck buddy, right? Yeah. Because after we fuck, we're still friends.
Yes.
Right?
We're still cool. I
don't care about your religious beliefs. I don't care about your political beliefs. I don't care about your moral standards necessarily. I don't care about anything else other than this capacity that we share and we both agree on. That's why it lasts so long.
I wouldn't agree.
You can be honest.
You know why?
Huh?
That's the reason. That's the main reason because
that's a big one.
Because there's no real emotion.
No, I wouldn't agree because I've had fuck buddies. I know about what's going on in their lives. I know when they started a relationship and they fell back from me for a little while, and I knew when shit was going wrong with them.
So it sounds like there's no pressure.
Huh?
That's
and that's what he said. That's what he said. They can be honest. They can be honest. That's what it is for me. For me, I feel like people in relationships, I've said it before.
Sex without responsibility, love without responsibility.
I've said it before.
It's good.
And it's a horrible thing to say, but you can't spell families without lies. You know what I mean? You can't spell families without lies. Yo, it's crazy. You can't spell families without lies. You know what I mean? And when you're trying to
send the hearts out for that one.
When you're trying to build something with somebody, when you're trying to build something with somebody, people tend to give a portrayal of an image that may not be what it really is.
Yes.
Compared to now, a fuck buddy is like, yo, you already decided to fuck me, and we're fucking.
We know what it is for each other.
The main reason you're fucking me is not because of who I am; it's because of you like the sex. You know what I mean? Or you thought I was attractive, and you're okay with not pursuing more. So I can be honest with you about almost everything.
everything.
But then why would you be in a relationship with someone that you don't? That you
I've told my wife this plenty of times.
I mean, I know that, but it doesn't make sense because me, I am an open book. I'm honest. I've never experienced that. Like, it's almost like the guys that I've been in a relationship. That's my best friend. We're talking, we're kicking it. At the end of the day, I don't understand. Like,
some people aren't.
I don't understand. Like, even something as basic as you're gonna see me with the bonnet, no makeup. Well, I don't wear makeup really anyway, but you're gonna see. Bro,
that's how I want to see you initially.
You're gonna see
regular.
Yo,
so I don't understand.
That's why I'm gonna suggest the men out there. If you're taking a girl out for a first date, go to a pool or something or a beach, because you need like water to show these people who they actually are first. Like, fuck all that. We're going to a nice dinner.
I'm not getting my hair wet.
Because you might wake up to a completely different person
like they don't wear
in the
makeup
morning.
to the beach.
Like, bitch, who are you? Call a
What are you saying? They wear makeup to the beach.
Mm-hmm. But they get in the water?
And their makeup is waterproof. What are you, stupid?
I ain't gonna front.
Yo. I ain't gonna front. He's like, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not gonna even hold you.
I'm not gonna hold you. I was just at the beach. I was in DR. I was just at the beach with this girl.
Lashes and everything.
And she's like, I'm not getting all the way in the water.
I told you what I just say. I just said that. I'm not getting no
It's
water.
about the lashes. The makeup is
individual. Do you know what that means? No. What does that mean?
Individual lashes mean they put each individual.
Get the fuck out.
It's not a straight
strand.
Get the fuck out. How much does that cost?
Too much.
It costs too much and it takes too long.
Yeah,
that's crazy, bro.
It costs too much and it takes too long.
Crazy.
I'm not getting in the water. She literally stayed.
Like waist deep.
And don't you dare splash her, bro.
You splash her? She's not. She's mad for the night. She's mad for the night.
Yo,
made an enemy.
I go vacation.
So Shah said, "Is that Nick? That is Mr. Raw in the background. Yes, that is Mr. Raw. You hear in the background.
Now, Mr. Raw and King Steph in the background.
And King Steph in the background. We got Edie came in. What's up, Edie?
Behind the camera.
Ron.
You know what I mean? But no, all right. So we have to make sure we move on because
yes, absolutely.
I did have one more question for those
people are coming on now, so
yeah,
it's like mad people coming on now, bro. We almost done. We almost done with the show.
We got 6 people on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
YouTube and Facebook. Hey, what's up to y'all?
Hello, everybody.
What's it called? I want to say I want to ask you for those of you who do follow.
So Alluring says I do individuals on vacation.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
okay.
The lashes thing we just spoke about.
And we got all right, well, y'all know how much
it's hard, bro.
It's tough, bro.
I'm so glad I get to
It don't have to.
What's it called?
It don't have to.
So
today's standard, the way they doing it right now, the way it's going down right now.
With what?
Just everything, bro.
They don't have to.
With lashes and all that?
No.
Oh.
Like just we looking at the lashes. And I just like step back from the image a little bit. Like I feel like when I go on like my Explorer page and I see like everyone's on this vacation, everyone's a swimsuit model, everyone's halfway porno star, everyone might have OnlyFans, everyone might have it was just like, damn, bro, who's actual like a regular
who's
just a regular
they just like me. Yo, that's dope. Listen, man, I'm not gonna even front.
I just like the path of least resistance. I like
we've had some pretty dope. We've had some pretty dope females on this show, man. I must admit, because it gave. At one point, I was, I've been out the game for a while, so I thought it was just nothing but trash out there. No. Like, but I hear there's a lot of trash out there.
There's a lot,
but from both women and men, and I'm hearing that men now are asking for the women to court them, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's the new thing.
That's what?
Yeah, I'm hearing that the women have to court the men now.
I don't know if that's what's going on, but
this is what women are telling me.
I don't know, but I've seen a lot of bozo women getting on one knee to propose to a man.
I would never.
Yo, bro,
I would never.
We talked about that on the show.
I'm gonna grab the girl's hand and be like, "What are you doing?
Like,
get the fuck up right now."
Don't embarrass yourself.
I would never.
There's a lot of bozos doing
it. Would you say B. Cloud Jones?
I think there's an explanation for it.
What's the explanation?
For what?
The reason why. Because essentially dating today mimics pimp and hoe relationships of like the 70s and 80s.
Okay, you know what?
So essentially, what happens is in the pimp and hoe relationships, hoes choose pimps. And the pimps are considered the prize in that environment. So because the way the market is now is kind of the same.
Supply and demand?
It's supply and demand because the men are starting to have more value because it's like, okay, if I'm a dude making X amount of bread, I got all this money and I can have all these girls. If
what do you want
me
to
commit to you, you have
what
to
do you
something
have?
for me.
So Loring says some
even the proposal, no.
So
I get that in the dating, but even
so Loring says some nigga
That's
was
why
in
it's
his.
happening.
So Loring said some nigga was in his feelings because I did not ask him out, because she didn't ask him out. he was in his feelings about that. I'm telling you, there's a switch. There's a whole switch going on now.
Yo, bro, dude,
that's crazy.
Like the dudes who be getting mad when you say what's up, and the girl be like, like I don't care what a girl says to her friend, like, ugly, say whatever you want. I said hi, I said hey, beautiful, and you responded with negativity. I guess you don't think you're beautiful, and I'll keep it moving. That's really all it is.
I mean, a lot of girls consider that catcalling, so that's that. It's part of that whole, like.
Women like to chase though too.
Yeah, no, but see his thing about it, like in the age where men be snapping, somebody can say anything, smile, compliment, I'm smiling, all that. Next thing you know, you get hit in the side of the head with a bottle, like because people you don't know, like
it's getting crazy.
It don't hurt to smile. It don't hurt to be like, thanks for the compliment.
Yeah,
so I just be like, for my safety,
but at the same time, I don't respect a guy that says I can't
to.
respect a guy that will go up to you in the middle of the street, be like, you can't smile, mama.
Absolutely.
What's up with a smile? Give me a smile. Like,
I mean,
what the fuck?
I've never had anything personally that aggressive, but like I said, guys, people are crazy, but guys, people have bad days. You don't know, like
people have
somebody
mental health issues.
There you go. That's what it is.
Mental health issues, which is what we have.
So when you like, get the fuck away from me, all that stuff. Next thing you know, you getting hit in the face with a skateboard. Like you gotta chill.
Hit in the face with a skateboard.
That did happen. It happened. You gotta. So I don't want to be that person. So I just be like, thanks, and keep moving.
I did want to ask you another thing. For those of you, her page is private, so everybody may not be privy to this, but she was okay with me. I did ask her this ahead of time, so that you guys know. Adaysia does what would you call it exactly?
I don't know. I do a sexy stilettos class. I do a chairography class, and I just
want to tell you that every man in here sat up as soon as you said
chairography is sexy stilettos.
Everybody was like, I'm listening now.
Listen.
Let her speak. Let her explain.
And I recently started pole classes. That's what I call
it. Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So she says, there you go. And that's what I wrote. That was actually the exact question.
What we can call it.
That's exactly what I wrote it. That's exactly how I wrote it.
King Prince says, I need her class. LMAO.
Yeah, listen. Listen, I wrote my question to you then. Just to let you guys know, she does this dance thing. This whole dance thing. She explained it, but I'm gonna explain it from a guy's point of view. They be in the red light special. You know what I mean? Like be all red. And they be doing all these dances and everything like that, and it's fire. It's dope. I love that shit, there's no nudity or nothing like that involved. It's just very sensual.
It's like the silhouette challenge.
It's like stuff that you can learn to do for your partner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you do it for your man or your girl, whatever.
And I love that shit.
You know what I mean? And it's fire. It's dope. It's dope as hell.
And some red bottom heels. But go for it.
My question to you is, one, are you in a relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now as a woman in a relationship, do you feel as though the video that you do post from time to time, granted, there's all women in there, but some men are insecure.
Mm-hmm.
I won't even go that far. Some men may not enjoy that. You know what I mean?
Somebody want advanced classes.
They want advanced classes. They definitely want advanced classes.
I'm talking about in regards to her partner.
No, I'm talking about on the chat. Everybody wants advanced classes.
That's what somebody just said.
Okay.
I was reading it while you were saying that. My fault.
Well, it's all right. What's it called? But do you feel like there's a stigma with, like, for example, if your page was public, do you think your partner would be okay with that?
If my page was public, no, I don't think so.
You don't think you'd be okay with that?
Private, I'm not even gonna say him. I would say me. I don't feel comfortable having my page public. I mean, even before all of that.
And she's not even showing.
I'm not showing.
Why is that? Please, you definitely dive into that.
That's who she is.
Because
dive into that. Because from what I understand, if I want to know a lot about how you look, I go on your Instagram page.
Right.
You're showing me everything. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm gonna know your curves, your stretch marks. I'm gonna know everything. So
if you look at my page in general, like there might be a couple posts like on my actual page of me dancing and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's kind of wholesome. I look kind of young, so like I'm not out here just like
I can't wait.
So, like,
you are younger. Go ahead.
But just in general, because of what I do, which I tell my clients, I'm like, listen, you want to do something that's going to boost your self-esteem, maybe you should consider this. I'm transparent about that. But the type of energy that you can get based off of that, if it's public, it can be, I don't want anyone to get a perception of something that
it's not.
All eyes are not
which is
necessarily good.
I also choose to wear what I wear in these classes, which is why realistically, no one can ever see it until my ass cheeks out. No one can ever say that. I'm wearing, the most you're going to get is my dance shorts and a sports bra. I don't wear lingerie to class. There's certain things I don't do. You also not going to just get a video of me in my room twerking. I know how to keep things appropriate.
The hearts are going up for you right now, girl.
I keep it at the studio.
Yeah, but the thing I don't get, now that you mention all those, what is it about today's standard that makes a woman feel that that's the only way she can get, like, for lack of better terms, power?
Because look at their pages. For me, that's look at their pages.
Well, for me personally, that was I danced all the way until 10th grade. It was just something. So, but in general,
that's
I think
outside of yourself.
Outside of myself, I think it really does come down to part of it is self-esteem for a lot of women, and because sex sells. So if this is what is going to get me attention from men, I'm gonna keep putting it out there. And let me tell you something. And again, I hopefully if my friends are watching it, whatever, because I had conversations with them about it. If your page is public and you put yourself out there in a certain way, you can't get mad about the energy that you get.
my very first ranting rich.
Let's go give shakes on that. Let's all give a shake on that. The hearts are going up for you, girl. The hearts are going up.
My very first ranting rich was about.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it is. I hope it is. If y'all go look it up. My very first ranting rich, or one of them I put out before I started it, was about. I'm sorry. I'm high. Anyway, was about exactly what she just said.
Yes.
If you're advertising something, you cannot be mad at who comes to buy what you were advertising.
100%, no debate here.
100%.
That's it.
That's another shit.
But there are girls that he's saying that would be like, "What? Oh my God!
Why all he trying to do is smash?
Thirsty.
You
like,
thirsty?
What?
No,
you have a jug of water going like this to me. What the fuck do you expect me to do? Like what do you expect me to do?
I know a lot of.
What am I supposed to do here?
Because a lot of women do say, "No, I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for me."
Cat.
And if it's the case, then why is it that you take it down if you only get one like?
Ooh.
Or why is it that if that's the case,
we getting real. We getting real now.
Niggas don't
open up.
Why do you take it down? And if that's it, if I'm doing something.
One time I was in LA and Shorty came to visit.
Preach.
And she was
they saying preach.
Putting pictures up on IG, and one of them had like 100 likes. She was like, "What the fuck a bitch gotta do? Show her pussy or something for some likes?" I'm like, 100 likes is a lot. Like, you're nobody. Like, you're a whole regular person. Yeah, like, you don't do anything. 100 likes.
Hold on. Ali decides is that perception is reality, and it is what it is. That's why you have to know how and when you reveal things about yourself.
Miss Sunny Love. Hi, Miss Sunny Love.
Shout out to Miss Sunny Love.
Shout out to Miss Sunny Love.
My one like picture.
She said, I'm taking down my one like picture. She's like, oh, y'all niggas don't appreciate me. Fuck this.
Yeah, they take down the picture, or if it's like, no, I'm just doing this for me. No, you put it out there because you do want some type of validation.
Yes.
You can't.
Talia said it's for male validation. That's it.
Everyone feels good.
Come back to the show. Come back to the show, Adaysia. Come back.
Oh, say that. So no, hold up, Pierre. Say that.
My cousin just DM'd me and says, "You selling sex, but you mad when he DMs you dick pictures."
Right. You can't get mad. You can't get mad. And the fact of the matter is, people always say, I don't care what people think and all that stuff. We all like validation. We all like to be praised. So anyone that's like, no, I only do it for me, but you put it on Instagram, you're lying.
You are lying through your teeth.
Even if it's for your friends, you want validation from somebody or else.
Talk about it.
Be up
Talk about
it. So you think I don't like when I
don't know if it's still big clout, but somebody putting hearts still, bro. They were running the hearts up.
Cut it out, because I need to know who else is doing it.
Like, you don't. I love them.
Cut it out.
Like, let me know what class you go into. I like that. I haven't gotten anything inappropriate.
Adding the science, it's not just male validation though. It's about power.
What do you mean?
Just said that. We just spoke about it being sold as being about power, but it really not being about power.
Because the validation comes from men.
Because it's not men. It comes from people. It comes from people.
But you can be empowered.
It comes from both.
I feel powerful in the confines of my home.
You
don't have to feel powerful on Instagram.
Talk about it.
The thing that gets me like
God.
You don't have to.
God.
Yeah, Miss Bardo, dudes sell sex
Yo,
too.
Mr. Roy is killing me right now.
Dudes be selling sex too.
It's not as valuable.
It's not as valuable. Yeah.
It's not.
There's no equity in this.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
I don't think that's true though.
It's not as valuable.
It's not as valuable, bro. It's not as valuable.
It's not valuable.
Yeah, it's not
true either.
Really?
I agree. Yeah. I don't think it's not as valuable.
I think that
I don't
from
believe
the
it's as
female
many.
perspective, it's harder to come across a satisfying experience. So when they find one that is excessively satisfying, they'll invest into it. Different,
Right.
Like in a way that
Basically,
they
if you're
won't
not
invest into
ugly,
other girls.
you get a lot of attention. Is what I
That's true.
Exactly.
like.
It's
A
just a
Michael
different way.
Ealy or one of them
Mhm,
guys.
mhm.
They sell sex all day, and it's never a problem.
Idris
They
Elba.
get Idris Elba.
Yeah,
They're
but
just back in the day.
Idris Elba doesn't have to
TikTok
put
is
a
a bunch of
dick print out.
He
on
does though.
sweats.
He doesn't, but he does. They have plenty of magazines. They're in plenty of shoots. They do it. You don't look, but they do it.
They do it. They do it. They do it.
Go on their page.
She's like, I be watching the magazines. They do it. They do it. Ali the scientist said, but it is. If I do the right thing to a man, I can destroy his life. There are many men can destroy their legacy for pussy.
Why do you want to destroy
The evil one.
She's a scientist.
Like,
But Ali the scientist, but it is. If I do the right thing to a man, I can destroy his life. There are many men can destroy their legacy for pussy. We're gonna need you to dive into that one a
I
little
need some
bit.
clarity on that one.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to dive into that one a little bit.
Yeah, we need some clarity on that
Yo,
one.
Miss Bordeaux says y'all sell money in Chanel bags. LOL.
No, she's saying a woman's sexual energy can, like, she can have enough power to even destroy.
I mean, they start wars. They started wars. We were fully aware of that.
for
Troy,
sure.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Ali the scientist says
But
there
men
are
too.
many different
Or
kinds of
men.
women. Some are more aware and aren't looking for love.
I don't think everybody's looking for love.
I don't think everybody looking
To
for
a
love.
degree.
I don't think everybody looking for
No,
love.
and not necessarily looking for a romantic love.
Love.
But everyone
Yeah,
wants
not in the
love.
sense
That
that
is
you
a
might be
basic
thinking about it right.
human
Okay,
need.
yes.
Now talk about it.
Okay,
Black boy will tell
Alright,
you
well, said
he
that.
wants to
You
be
said
the air. He wants to be the air in your lungs. He wants to be the wind beneath your wings.
Yeah, Black
He
said
wants
that.
to be the sun
Black
that shines
said-
upon your
Black said
skin.
in a relationship, he wants to be an essential.
I want to be the reason why you want wake up. I want to reason.
All right,
why
bro,
you're tired.
before we end this, there's something that I actually want to start doing, and I want to start getting people's take on this, because I watched. Please
Come
give
on,
me
just
give
get
me
it
a
out.
give me a situation. The Henny hit.
I see.
Yo, everybody's like, we got you. Phone a friend. We got you, bro. We got you.
The Henny hitting.
Somebody.
Come on, Rich.
Somebody.
Get it out.
Have you been in love before?
Absolutely.
Okay, can you name the exact moment you fell out of love with somebody?
No, I can't.
You can't.
No.
Out of love.
Out of love.
But
no,
you
I
can
can't.
say the exact moment you fell in love.
I can't say the moment I felt in love either.
Oh.
I just knew. I can't say the exact moment. I can't say the exact moment I felt out of love, but I did. I can't say the exact moment. Like, you know how some people are like, oh, I looked at this person, love at first sight. I've never experienced that. Not that it don't exist. I've never experienced it. But
That shit's not real. It's not real.
love it.
Ali the scientist says, all right, I'll explain. Some women are predatory. If I sleep with the right men, I can move up in society. There are women who sell their virginity or sell themselves not for money, but as power moves.
Absolutely.
I guess that's where she was going with it. All right, thank you for the
But
clarity.
that's what I was saying.
Thank you for the
that's what
clarity.
I was saying when he said, "Yo, there's mad women who are shaking their ass," and I said, "Look at their pages, though.
Yeah.
All the women who are shaking their ass is crazy.
Okay,
Like
that 1 million kajillion followers could still be a $30,000 broad.
Gosh, dang.
That's her choosing not to maximize.
Bro, listen, it's not as valuable.
1 million followers, you
Wait
should
up,
be
wait up,
making
wait up.
fucking
Does not
money.
always convert to be monetized the way you
You
think.
should be though.
Maybe, but let's put
A
this.
Wait up,
million
wait up,
followers,
wait
my
up.
nigga.
Am I wrong? Anybody?
Please give me a million followers and see if I'm not rich, my nigga.
Wait, hold up, Rich. Come on. Let's
Now I want to hear what he had to say.
These 1 million follower girls be fucking for $100 somewhere.
Oh Jesus Christ.
So the thing that gets me is, and I don't, you know, to each his own. You want to do whatever you want to do on your page, but what's the sense of low? To me, it's a lowering of stock value because you're competing with a bunch of women who do the exact same thing. And we've already said to men where sex isn't a thing, right? Then it means nothing to me. So like, maybe to an athlete, you know, maybe to a social person who's super popular, but real dignified businessmen, they don't always fall for that trap. Because they understand even sex over time loses stock value. This is the value. You're not gonna look the same 10 years. It's not gonna feel the same in 10 years, right?
You're right.
So again, all of these women getting ultra naked, twerking, and everything else like that. Let's see what they do at 50. Let's see where their pages will be at 45.
Oh, bro, I've seen it happen. It didn't even take that long. You'll
Right.
see
It's quick.
Google pages that's popping in 2010 and it's 2020.
You get hacked or some bozo hack, right?
Anything, yo, people that happens all the time. But
Ms. Bordeaux says 1 million followers and 5 comments under each post.
Shout out to Slow.
They bought them followers.
They bought the followers.
Slow, what up, baby?
The CEO Slow said, I'm in here.
I see you, dog.
What's
All
going
right,
on? Thank you for stopping by, guys. Thank you.
Here's a better question for you. In a relationship, what are one of your biggest name 3 of your biggest pet peeves? I want to ask everybody. I'm trying to get
Biggest pet peeves. Oh gosh. You know what? I don't know. The reason why I say that is because the things that I thought were my pet peeves when I really was like, yo, I love this man. It didn't bother me. Like, for instance, my pet peeve used to be like snoring. Now I'd be like, music. You sound good.
What are your peeves?
Oh, come on. Where's your pet peeves?
All right.
Yeah, give me your pet peeves. Let's not do this.
Okay,
Let's not do this.
Pet peeve, I guess, would say I don't like when people lie for no reason.
Yes. I was just thinking that shit.
I don't like when people lie because there's no reason. So like I said, I'm open book. If lying,
that's the number one.
Another
That's
one,
a big one. That's a big one.
I don't like inconsistency.
Okay.
Inconsistency
is big with women.
Yo, consistency is.
You've never heard a guy say consistency.
Yeah, we never say.
You never heard a man say consistency.
Inconsistency in regards to what?
Everything.
It could be in regards to anything. So it can be
everything.
I feel like this. Whatever you start a relationship off, you need to be able to continue it. So for instance, if you can't maintain talking to me every day, don't start that.
Someone said bad hygiene
every day.
Oh, well, bad hygiene. That's
not even.
That's not even right. We're not even naming that.
Contention.
No.
Yeah.
All right, last one.
Grow up.
So
Understand how to take care of
I
yourself.
have 3 questions for you.
Any form of disrespect, you can't even yell at me.
What?
You can't even raise your voice at me.
Do you raise your voice?
No.
So it's
What? I've never heard that one.
Yell at me.
Don't yell at me.
And that's because
your
I
demeanor
don't
doesn't
do it.
doesn't provide it to exist.
No, like I said, my parents are in a very, very healthy relationship, and when they argue, and I've heard them arguments, but it's never like a knock down, drag out. We don't cut at each other. We can just talk.
I feel you on that. I'm not gonna even lie to you. I feel you on that.
I'm not perfect on that.
So if
I'm bro, nowhere near perfect on that one.
Like I gotta say something. I gotta say.
No, I'd rather you just take a second and
Rich
just
always says, I only get louder when I want to say it more.
Don't get with it.
What you mean? Oh,
What?
I'm not yelling at you.
What you talking about?
Because when I get excited, my voice gets high, but I'm not yelling at you.
Why you doing this to us? Why you doing this to us?
Done it. No.
Don't get with it. Can you be in a relationship and the sex is not good?
I don't think She's cheating.
I'm gonna be asking questions.
That's a great question. Wait up, because everyone wants to know.
The sex is not good.
Yes.
You're not sick.
Like the sex is not good.
You're not.
No.
You tried to teach him.
You tried to.
He's not sticking around.
I'm not sticking around.
You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be.
He's
not gonna be around.
He's a great man. Makes well over 6
She
figures.
don't give a flying fuck about none of that shit, bro. He's not gonna be around.
I make money.
She's not going nowhere.
Okay, hold on. It's not about how much money you make. We're not concerned about what you do right now. We're concerned about how great of a man he is and how whack his dick is.
He's gone, bro.
Okay?
How is he great if he can't?
So
You know why he's
Oh,
gone?
don't do that. How is he great if he can't smash?
Listen,
No, he can be great.
I'm gonna tell you why.
That's
I'm gonna tell
crazy.
you why. I don't think you can be a great man if you can't please a woman, because to be able to please a woman requires some type of listening.
Okay, that's true. I agree there.
And it's like, if you have a woman that loves you, it's really not that hard to please a woman. So at the end of the day, if you can't do that, you're
I'm not gonna lie, there's some bozos out there, bro.
No,
that's what
but
I'm
There's
saying.
some women who's
You're a
admitted
failure.
at
You
30
can't
something
please a
never had an
woman, then
orgasm.
you're a failure.
Yeah, but here's the thing about it.
Jesus.
You have to, as a woman, you have to know your body. So you got to be able to talk to your partner. So if I have a conversation with you, I'm telling you what you got to do and you're not doing
There's
it,
some
you're not
women
listening.
who are
So I
30
gotta
years
go.
old who has never had an orgasm.
No, that's true. That is very true.
It's not like it is
That is
for
very
us.
true. I've spoken to.
It's not like it is for us.
Yeah.
Hold on. I lost what
I
you
was
said.
saying, as a woman, though,
Hold
as
up.
a woman, you have to know your body, right? So if the sexual experience with a man is not good, and I have a conversation with you about this is what I need, whatever, and then you don't follow through, you did not listen. So therefore, there's no reason for us to continue this because you're not even listening to me.
She said, "Nigga, I said hit me with the book."
Come on. I said deeper, but I thought I was deep in. Deeper.
So no matter what type of life, no matter what type of life this guy provides for you, if the sex that he's giving you is not satisfactory to you, you're leaving.
How are we getting to that type of life?
Yeah.
How are we getting to that type of life that he's providing anything at that point?
Oh, because you find out early and you're out.
Right.
Oh shit. Well, you know what?
Oh shit!
She been said she not staying.
Hold on. That's
You're not getting married. You know, got married and I found out the sex was whack.
You'll know about that life because you'll see what he can provide. You'll be like, oh shit, this nigga driver.
That's great. That's great. But I think someone that is drawn to, oh, this is what he drives, and that's gonna get my interest. I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. And not because
Talia says, know yourself and open communication. That's what she's talking right now.
I can provide that for myself, but also because it's like, cool, you got this. We got to build together. So whatever you have is your shit anyway. So if you can't blame...
I've never heard a woman say that shit before.
What?
Whatever you have is your shit.
Yeah.
She said she just said it. She's like,
yeah.
Well, no. Well then, please, if you have at any point in time in your life, if you have time, come over. Speak to Hetty for on the score. My wife, she's
Hetty
amazing.
for on the score over here saying yes.
No. But she's never been about the she's never been about that. It's been always. It's ours. It's ours.
You're married.
Before that.
Wake up, Jerry. All right.
Like that. I knew her before we got married, guys. I didn't wake up and I was married to her.
She knew y'all was gonna be married. My last question to you.
Before we were married.
I didn't really forget the damn question.
But I love you, Joe, man. I'm sorry.
That was a good question too.
No, it's not that heavy.
It was a good question.
You need to write that shit down. It's the 35.
All right. Hetty Ford came down the stairs now. All right, listen. My last question to you is, in a relationship, hold on. How important is it to you that your partner's happiness and confidence and who they are is not contingent upon how you make them feel?
100% important.
Do you understand the question though?
That their happiness isn't.
Jerry and I, and Black as well, we're very firm believers in the idea that I should not be the reason why you're happy.
Right.
I should not be the reason that you are confident.
Right. That's why I said 100%.
However, in many relationships, that
is the
unhealthy,
way.
Because that's unhealthy to have your unhappiness contingent upon anybody else. Because humans, we are naturally going to disappoint each other. We're going to hurt each other. So if my happiness wavers because of what you're doing, that don't make sense.
I'm sending out the hearts. I need you
to come in happy and whole, because that's too much responsibility on me.
Mad responsibility.
That's too much responsibility.
So okay, all right. Because that's a very important thing. I feel like a lot of people are. Shit is led to suicide. Is led to so many different things where because shit is not right with your partner, you're lost in the world. You know,
and I'm very big on this being a problem with like my Black women. So that's why I'm like, it's huge. I feel like with our Black women, it is so contingent upon how we make them feel.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
fair, bro.
It's
not even fair.
It's not.
Right. It's not even fair. It's not even a fair thing. Yeah. Talk about it. It's not even a fair thing to me for you to wait on me to make you feel this way. I'm going to be depleted.
And how am I filling up my vessel?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sorry. A lot of that is if you're broken, you're going to attract broken. You have to heal before you start trying
hurt
to
people. Charlamagne says that all the time.
I'm speaking from experience too, where if I'm in a broken place, I need to just stay single and focus on myself and not try to look for another dude, because I'm just going to attract what I am, which is broken. That's where a lot of that happens. So
wow. Misery loves company.
That's why I agree with her. She's right. You got to be good first, and then you're going to attract what you are. Yeah. Then you're going to attract confident, nice, working well, etc.
I'm your partner. I'm not your therapist.
Thank you.
And I am a therapist.
You are a therapist. You're not. I'm not your therapist.
You better pay me.
I'm not your therapist. I'm not your mother. I'm not your guy.
That's right.
So no, I can't be held responsible for that.
Because I feel like a lot of places, when I hear people go through a rundown of questions, I feel like that's a question that people don't feel to overlook. And when dating, I feel like that's a question people need to ask other people.
That's very true.
Very true. You know what I mean? Like what brings you happiness? What do you do? Like even like a woman, like people who don't have hobbies. Even if your hobby is shopping, I don't even care if that's your hobby now.
I don't want that to be.
I don't want it to be a hobby. I don't want it to be a hobby. I don't want it to be.
Spending should not have to be.
I don't want. Listen, you could be a smart spender though. You could be a coupon spender.
All right, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Fine.
You could be a window shopper.
All right, fine.
Like I personally feel like everybody when dating somebody and meeting somebody, it is extremely important to find out how important am I going to be to how happy and content you are in your life. You know,
Adaysia, how do you feel about in the dating world, to single people who are dating, how do you feel about having the important hard conversations in the first couple of dates versus when you are established? Because I feel like a lot of times people are not asking each other the right questions when they are dating in order to end up in a situation where they didn't even want to be in the first place. So things like finances, things like, what are your goals? What's your 5-year plan?
Even
and this and that. Or
do you want to be married? Do you want to be in a relationship?
There you go.
Do you want
kids? Do you want kids?
Yeah, I wanted you to dive into that since because I feel like a lot of people fail to do that in the beginning.
I see it happen a lot because I can speak as a woman, because as women we have a plan. We have a plan
already.
She knows exactly.
Already, I like your cheekbones. That's gonna be my son is gonna have those cheekbones. Yeah. That shit is weird to me, bro.
Nah, they dead ass.
That shit is weird to me, bro. Creepy. It's a little. That's what you're giving. You're giving off creep.
It's a little you-ish. It's a little you-ish.
It is a little you.
It's a little you-ish. You, the show you on Netflix, yo. It's a little you-ish. It's a little you-ish.
Yeah, we have
so
a plan,
go ahead.
And so we can create this whole plan, but he may not have the plan. So now you stuck in a situationship for years or whatever, and it's like he's gonna do this, but he didn't even know you had this plan
at all.
And you mad at him?
Yeah, you gotta speak up
because he don't know.
Oh, and you're mad at him because he's not following through with your plan that you didn't tell him about.
That he knew nothing about. That you knew nothing about.
Why are he making me his girlfriend? Because y'all didn't have a discussion about whether he wanted to be in a relationship
with you.
Talia says a lot of times if you ask those hard questions in the beginning, you can come off as a bit too much, but ask them anyway.
Right, I'm about to say, because if he runs, he wasn't meant for you anyway. So what?
Go ahead, Talia.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard with us.
We're really not that hard, bro.
On that note,
we get hard.
On that note, we are because we are 34 minutes over the time.
Yes. Adaysia, I really want to thank you for stopping by. You are phenomenal. Everybody, clap it up. Clap it up for Adaysia, y'all. Seriously. You can't go on her page because it's private, all right? It's not for y'all.
And she's not
accepting everybody. All right. So honestly, is there any way? Is there anything that you do want to plug, or any social media, anything, any Twitter? And
I mean, if you're looking for a therapist, you can find me on Psychology Today.
PsychologyToday.com.
Just type my name in
Google. In the Googles.
You type my name in Google, it'll come up too.
Okay.
And yeah, I take insurances. I take private pay. My rate's a little bit high, but if you got it, you got it.
Hey,
let's do it. Let's work.
Let's go.
Listen, we don't play games. Listen,
my rates are high.
I mean, fair warning. Fair warning. All right.
Listen, you gotta let the people know.
Air Max Fisher. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. No, I'm saying I thought you were saying something, but you put the name. Perfect,
what about the classes?
What about the classes? They want to know about the classes.
I attend Dream Dance Fitness in East Meadow.
Dream Dance Fitness
in East Meadow.
Yes.
Is there social media for that?
Yes, there is.
And we're gonna hit the follow.
And who's the instructor?
The instructor I work with is my great friend Shelby Jackson.
Shelby Jackson.
Shelby Jackson.
All right, y'all look her up, Shelby Jackson.
Absolutely.
I
And
believe
if
her
you want to get her on the show at any point
public.
in time, that would be great too.
Her page is public.
Yeah, she was supposed to come today, but then she
Okay.
We'll get her to come. We'll get her to come. We're gonna get Adaysia to come back with her.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
we're
We
gonna
definitely
come
want
back
you back, Adaysia. It's been a pleasure.
Yes,
Honestly, been a pleasure. You
been a
are
pleasure.
a breath of fresh air.
Once again, I want to thank Pierre Reed.
Absolutely.
That's fine. I want to thank Peggins. You know what I mean?
Man,
Peggins gonna be out in Puerto Rico with us.
Hey,
turning up
get
at
ready.
Nation.
10 days.
I saw him in Vegas with us too. Y'all already know he just rolls. He rolls with the squad. That's he's part of the team.
He's gang.
And then we want to thank Adaysia once again, a clinical psychotherapist. Gave so much, a wealth of knowledge.
A plethora
on mental health.
Absolutely.
And relationships and dating. And that's about it.
Yo, shout out to y'all in the background. Mr. Raw, King Steph, Ron. Thank you guys so much.